prominent members within this community that are preparing to go to a court hearing over your inheritance. Preparing to go to court over a large sum of money or something. They're going to face their judgment, their karma. They already are facing it. Confirmation, the light's going to flicker. This is an old man that runs a coven. They want this money for themselves to help pay down the debts, the interest, and the bills that the town, the community, the village has incurred. This is going back to those previous readings where a karmic was calling the police on you and claiming you needed a wellness check. This is what this community is going to try to use as evidence. This karmic as some type of preliminary witness claiming that, on the night of August the 17th, I dialed the non-emergency line because I was concerned of my friend. I thought they were having a mental episode. When you don't even associate with this karmic, you don't F with this karmic, you don't even talk to this karmic. The argument was that you are mentally unwell or that you are under the influence. You see, you could be feeling like anxious or nervous. You could be having vertigo, maybe dizziness, some of you. But Spirit's saying not to be nervous, not to be anxious. It's going to be okay. You're getting this message at the right time. We have courthouse. We have thoughts. I know I'm pronouncing it funny. I don't pronounce my THs right, so bear with me, y'all. I know that sounds like I'm saying something else, but this is what I'm trying to say. Thoughts. Okay. Courthouse, thoughts. What else do you have? Courtship and journey. It's a group of people here that are preparing to go to court over a large sum of money or something. This courthouse card is interesting. It's almost like a bunch of people are having to journey. Having to travel far. I heard state capital. They're having to go to the state capital to sit in a courtroom and hear a case about some type of money or something. Give me more clarity on this, Spirit. More clarity, please. Despair, amateur man. Community. Okay. This community, there are prominent members here in this community that are preparing to, excuse me, y'all, I just want to do a return to sender here. Have it running in the background. I should have had it running before I started the reading, but oh, they just don't stop, don't they? But okay. I digress. Going back to the read, there's a community here that, prominent members within this community that are preparing to go to a court hearing over your inheritance. I'm so tired about talking this dumb ish right here. I'm so tired. Because it's like, how come all of these people get to know about the collective's inheritance except for the collective themselves? It's like, this is a spiritual crime. But that's neither here and there. That's not the point of this reading. I guess we'll all have our day to whine about it and to give the spiritual complaint to the spiritual authorities and whatnot. But it's an inheritance here. Maybe you know about it, maybe you don't. But this community, they know about it and they are preparing to go to court over this money. It's so dumb. Because where are you? You're not going to be there. It's your money. It's your inheritance. It's like these people, you see, you could be feeling like anxious or nervous. You could be having vertigo, maybe dizziness, some of you. But Spirit's saying not to be nervous, not to be anxious. It's going to be okay. You're getting this message at the right time. Okay, this is coming to you at the right time now. Because I'm really getting that all of this weird stuff that was going on with like weird family and like parents switching babies at birth, trading away babies and whatnot, and hiding inheritances and stealing land, like all of this weird ish is finally going to come to an end. And the perpetrators and everybody involved and everybody that knew, they're going to face the heat. They're going to face their judgment, their karma. They already are facing it. Confirmation, the light's going to flicker. They're already going to face that itch. They're guaranteed. They get 100% guaranteed to face karma, to face that itch, to face whatever Jehovah dishes out to them. So here we go. This old man has called for a court hearing to take place over your inheritance. This is an old man that runs a coven. Here we go again with this. I'm so tired about talking about this old man. But this old man that ran the coven, he seems to be, I don't know if they gave him some type of jurisdiction over this inheritance, because I almost get like somebody here. The argument was that you were mentally unwell. You know how it goes. They always do this dumb argument. The argument was that you are mentally unwell or that you are under the influence of drugs or alcohol. Like, that's the argument. And the judge just ran along with it. And it's like, you know what? This is going back to that previous reading where I talked about law enforcement that knew but didn't say or do anything, going to face infinite karma and judgment. Because these people really went along with this. The justice system went along with this. Now they're doing an updated meeting. I'm not even getting this as an actual court hearing confirmation. I'm going to get a YouTube comment notification. I'm not even getting that this is a real court hearing. It's almost like the judge is requesting an audience with this community and this old man that ran this coven, because the community is running out of money. Despair. Okay, I posted something like this on TikTok a while ago. I forgot what it was called. But in that post, I talked about how there's a town, there's a community that is panicking because they are running out of money. I spoke about this in a few readings as well, about how there's no money left and individuals are running out of money. And that's what's happening here in this town or in this community. Maybe you don't live there anymore. Maybe you have since moved. But it's like this community in particular, because I'm really getting this old man has ties to like the mayor and whatnot, the county office and the county clerk, some type of attorney general. Like, I feel like this individual has some ties to these different people. And it's like, the discussion has now been, what are they going to do when February, March, April, May comes? Because they are running the numbers and they are not going to have enough money to pay their bills, to make the minimum payments on their loans. They do not have enough, y'all. The news, especially here in America, is not talking about this. How certain states are on the verge of bankruptcy. Oklahoma is one of them. New Jersey is another one. Yes, New Jersey. Remember New Jersey over the summer? They had that whole issue. getting funding for the schools, and then they got funding for the schools, and then Trump tried to block it, and then they had to, it was like a whole situation. And they basically said, like, if they hadn't received that funding, that the school was not going to open. You know, and New Jersey has the highest property tax, like some of the highest property taxes. I live here, y'all. Okay? Some of the highest property taxes. A one-bedroom apartment is easily $2,000 in a good neighborhood. You know, if you want a good one-bedroom apartment in New Jersey that doesn't have roaches and isn't infested and is safe, you're looking at $2,000 for a shoebox. You know, like, it's the truth. In parts of Florida, parts down south, you can get a 3-bedroom, nice townhome for that kind of money. But anyhow, I digress. The point is, and this isn't just the U.S., there are countries, right? We're just not, but there are countries here that are also running out of money. They do not have the funds. They don't have the money. However, this is where you come in, Sir, Miss, Madam. Because whoever you are, you have quite a few mil tied to your name. You're some type of trust fund, baby. From what I'm understanding, if I'm reading this energy correctly. You are a trust fund, baby. You have millions tied to your name. Education and child, I'm telling you. Since you were a child, this inheritance was left for you. Maybe it's not millions, but it's definitely 500,000 or more. Like, whoever you are, if you found this video, if you somehow found me through the digital realm, the digital reality, and you came onto this page, and you're watching this video right now, you're not supposed to be stressed or worried about bills. Rent, mortgage, like, you're not supposed to be dealing with that. You're supposed to be creating right now. Like, everything for you is already supposed to be paid because there's a trust. There are assets that belong to you that have been passed down from your ancestors. Yes. And this is quite a bit of money. It's enough money for you to be able to not work a regular job, and for you to be able to sit at home and do whatever, you know, start your own gig. Child. You were supposed to, let me tell you something, and don't get angry, but you were supposed to grow up in luxury, whoever you are. Like, you were supposed to be running around in a manor or in a chateau, a mansion. Like, you know, I'm not trying to crap on anybody and their upbringing, but you were not supposed to, like, grow up in middle class or grow up poor, like, upper middle class even. Like, you were supposed to be rich. Like, you're a trust fund baby. You're a trust fund baby, whoever I'm speaking to. Right now, there is a trust, not just with money, but with real gold, rare gems, rare minerals that your ancestors, like, it's really giving the vault of Harry Potter. Have you ever seen Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone? When he finds out that his parents had left behind a small fortune. Small, well, you know, I use small lightly, but why am I saying this? Well, this community, they are meeting up with the judge to discuss how they can legally make you hand out some of this money to help the town, to help the village, to help the community. And if this isn't the biggest slap in the face, after these people knew about this money, knew about it but didn't say anything to you, now they're over here trying to figure out if there's a legal loophole, and somebody here is trying to say, like, maybe a blood relative can take control, etc., etc. They're trying to use the argument here that you have some type of crisis going on, that you have mental issues that you're under the influence. Maybe you do use recreational WEED. Maybe you have to. Maybe you have a health condition, right? And WEED is the only thing that helps you with that health condition. But it's like confirmation, my first chakra. But it's like these people, they're trying to make the case, quote unquote, because it's not an actual case, but the judge is aware of what's going on. And this judge is like, they could be in this coven. You see, this is where it's like, they're taking care of their own. They're taking care of their own, y'all. You know, they are looking after each other. Because I get here, this judge, it's like him and this older man that they're calling up prominent members in the community. Like, okay, we got to discuss this inheritance, the collective's inheritance. Like, what are we going to do? You may have found out about this. You may have hired a private investigator, or maybe you started asking people questions. You need to be very, very careful who you talk to about this money. This should really be kept between you and Jehovah. Individuals, they want to be in control of this. They want this money for themselves to help pay down the debts, the interest, and the bills that the town, the community, the village has incurred. They don't want you to find out, though, that you have this. 5 of Cups. They feel like if you find out about this money and you're able to access it, that you would take all the funds and leave, and that you wouldn't help anybody, that you wouldn't share anything, and then they would be left in this destitution. So this is why they hid this inheritance. 8 of Swords and the 8 of Cups. They want to try to see if they can get a case going to see if you can legally be restrained and taken from your home against your will and put in a mental hospital. But this ish isn't going to work. This is going back to those previous readings where a karmic was calling the police on you and claiming you needed a wellness check. This is what this community is going to try to use as evidence. This karmic as some type of preliminary witness claiming that, you know, on the night of August the 17th, I dialed the non-emergency line because I was concerned of my friend. You know, I thought they were having a mental episode. When you don't even associate with this karmic, you don't F with this karmic, you don't even talk to this karmic. But this is what they're going to try to use, you know. They're going to try to get the call log, what was recorded on that phone call, and the report of, you know, whoever was sent your way to investigate, whoever was parked outside of your house and whatnot. If you saw a cop car parked out of your house and whatnot, outside of your house, this is why. Because that karmic had called the non-emergency number and claimed you needed a wellness check, that you were a danger to yourself. So this is the plan. They're going to see if, you know, the community and whatnot, they're going to meet up with this judge. This old man's also going. Your karmic enemy's also going. And these people, look, somebody in the living room literally shouted 3 million. 3 million, okay? I feel like that's the minimum of what some of you have. If we take into account the gold bars that you may have in this vault, in this trust, the rare minerals, the rare gems, this is what I'm talking about. And it's like, these prominent, you know, whatever that means, these prominent members of the community, you know, whoop-de-doo, who the hell are these people? I don't know. They're going to be the ones going to this courthouse to speak to this judge, who's also part of this coven, to discuss how they can make a legal case to put you in some type of rehab home, mental hospital, and then they will have all the legal standing to take all the funds, or, you know, have a family member access these funds. Something like that. It's all BS. None of it is going to work, obviously. 8 of Cups, 8 of Swords. This plan has been foiled. 10 of Swords, 6 of Swords. Thank you for the confirmation, Spirit. This plan has been foiled. It's over. They know deep down that they can't get away with this. They know it's not going to work. And the other thing that I'm getting is that by the grace and power of Jehovah, some of you are going to be summoned out of state or out of the country. Like, some of you are going to be made to travel during a time period where they may send people to try to investigate you, spy on you. Like, you're not going to be in town, is what I'm gathering here. Knight of Swords and the Page of Pentacles. I feel like these people are panicking because you're aware of what's been going on and you want answers. You could have hired a detective, an investigator, or you're planning to. You also could have been looking at lawyers and whatnot that work with private investigators. Maybe you could have also reported these people to a federal agency. I heard watch list, so these people could be on a watch list or something. But it's like, they're spooked. Like, you got these people spooked and whatnot. They know that time's running out. Time's running out. What happens to this trust, this money? 5 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles. Well, I'll tell you this much. They're going to be begging for you to give them something. They don't get access to it. You do. 6 of Wands at the bottom. You finally get what's yours, what's always been yours. What has been hidden from you all this time. It's going to be, this is the 3D moving into the 5D, like it's going to be a karmic swap, a swap of balance, a swap of power. What is yours is going to be given to you easily, efficiently, and swiftly. It's going to be a smooth transition when the time comes. Right now we're looking at the month of May, which is around the time that this community is going to be running out of money. You see, this is what they don't want. They don't want to go over there to beg. They don't want to have to beg to you because they feel that you're beneath them. Let's be honest. The reason these people don't tell us this is because they see us as subhuman. They see us as less than. They are trying to project that we are a third-party karmic energy. They are intimidated and jealous of our light, our grace, our beauty, our humility, and our magic. And this is why they try to project this energy of hate, deception, and spite towards us. But deep down, it's because they wish that they could be us. As the classic saying goes, they hate us because they ain't us. Confirmation, a motorcycle driving by. So you see, the outcome of this, they are going to beg. They're going to be, trust me when I tell you, this community, and there it goes, the car fell on the floor. But this community is going to be begging. They're going to be on their knees when the time comes, begging you for assistance. What do you see the collective doing with all of this money, Spirit? The Star and the Hermit. Somebody here is going to have a whole new healing era. A whole new era of evolution. A whole new era to pursue their own gifts, talents, artistic abilities. It's also like you're going to become some type of celebrity. I don't know why. I also get somebody here becoming like a nudist or like a naturist. I don't know. Or maybe somebody's going to be in their natural costume, natural state, and like their mansion. Like they're going to be spending the whole day bearing it. The Fool, the Three of Wands. And one by one, all these people that laughed at you, that plotted on you, betrayed you, knew the truth but kept it hidden from you. One by one, they're all going to be taking the leap of faith and begging for your help, but you won't be anywhere to be found with that Three of Wands. You'll be long gone by then, in the sun. Natasha Bedingfield, take me away, a secret place, a hideaway, a sweet escape. The tavern. It's over, they've run out of time. And that's how the cookie crumbles. But that is your read, and I wish you love and light.